The storm desk. Read the storm, book the roofs. The pay plan that built your company is the one quietly bleeding it. At $1 million in revenue, you were the control system. You saw every estimate and approved every discount. Then you add a crew, a sales manager, a canvassing team, and growth takes you out of the room. By the end of this, you'll know how to build a commission plan you can explain to a rep, calculate in payroll, audit after the fact, and revise at a milestone. The plan that survives scale. Build it in the right order, or you build the wrong thing fast. The instinct is to start with the number 5%, 10, a gross profit split. Start there, and you bolt a percentage onto a plan that never said what earns it. Build 5 layers instead. Compliance first, so it's lawful to run. Then the earning event. Then the model and the money. Then the safeguards for draws and splits. Then the review loop. The percentage is the easy part. It's the part everyone fights over, because the layers under it were never set. Layer 1 is wage hour law, not a percentage. Here's what most owners miss. A non-discretionary commission, one promised in advance under a known formula, generally folds into the regular rate used to calculate overtime for non-exempt staff. Non-exempt means not exempt from overtime, so your estimator who earns commission and works past 40 hours can be owed a higher overtime rate that week. The plan looks clean on a job cost report and still produces an unpaid overtime claim. That's a check you didn't budget for. And paying commission does not make a representative exempt. The outside sales exemption needs the representative customarily and regularly away from your premises making sales. A storm canvasser at doors may fit. A phone representative likely does not. For inside reps, there's a narrow path, the 7I retail or service exemption, and it needs all 3 things true. Commissions are more than half their pay. The regular rate stays above 1.5 times minimum wage, and you qualify as a retail or service establishment. Miss any one and you owe overtime. Title is not classification. Duties are. Layer 2. Define the exact event that earns the money. Most commission disputes trace to one missing sentence. The plan never said which milestone pays. Pay at signing, and you pay on jobs that cancel or never fund. Pay only at collection, and you punish reps for an insurer sitting on a check for 90 days. Most growth stage roofers stage it. A slice at a signed and funded contract. A slice at completion with a clean file. The last at collection. Name it in writing, or every cancellation is an argument. On restoration work, watch one line hard. Earned should never mean insurance approved. A carrier estimate, a signed contract, an approved supplement, a collected payment are 4 different events. Pick the one that pays. Here's the line that runs through it. Your representative documents conditions and writes an estimate. The insurer decides coverage. The homeowner owns the claim. A plan that rewards a representative for getting the claim approved points people toward unlicensed public adjusting, which states like Texas have treated as exactly that. Pay for documentation and signed work, never an outcome you don't control. Layer 3 is the model. It decides whether reps protect your margin or give it away. Pay a percentage of revenue, and a representative on 8% loses 8 cents on every dollar they cut, while you lose the whole margin dollar. Revenue plans push volume and discounting. Pay a share of gross profit instead, contract value minus direct job cost, and a discount cuts the rep's own pay dollar for dollar. Watch one job. A replacement sells for $18,000. Direct cost $11,700, leaving $6,300 of gross profit. 25% of that pays $1,575. 8% of revenue pays $1,440. Close on a healthy job. Now break that same job. The rep discounts to $16,000 to win it. Cost holds at $11,700. Gross profit drops to $4,300. The revenue representative still earns $1,280. Barely dented, feels nothing. The gross profit representative now earns $1,075. The discount cost them $500 of their own pay. That's the entire argument for paying on margin. The rep who feels the discount in their own check protects your net without supervision. The price is job costing honest enough to trust. Whatever model you pick, size it to your margin, not a number from a trade show. Residential gross margins typically run 30 to 40%, healthy net around 10 to 15. Those are reference ranges, not promises. The rule of thumb: keep total sales comp under roughly 12% of collected revenue, start newer reps nearer 7. Work the math backward from the net you need. If the plan pays more than your margin can absorb, the plan is the problem, not the reps. Layer 4 is where good plans die. Draws and chargebacks. A draw is money paid before commission is earned. A chargeback recovers commission You already paid when a deal cancels. Both are legal in many states, but only when the written plan says, up front, the payment is a recoverable advance against future commissions. Once a commission is genuinely earned, much state law treats it as wages you cannot claw back. California is the cautionary one. Recover from future commissions, never from base wages. Frame a draw as wage, yank it when commissions fall short, and you've made an unlawful deduction. 2 more safeguards, both non-optional. Tie commission release to a complete, buildable job file, but define complete once and apply it to everyone. Sign contract, selections, funding confirmed, photos, production handoff, collection status. A gate one manager waives and another enforces is worse than no gate. Then the hard boundary. Falls are the leading cause of death in construction. No sale, bonus, or quota ever overrides a safety requirement, and any supervisor can stop work with no comp penalty. Pay for buildable work. Never a race onto a wet roof. Now the fight that breaks every growing roofer. The split. One person knocks the door and sets the appointment. Another runs the inspection and closes. Decide the split before you hire the second person, not after the first dispute. For canvassers, resist paying a percentage of a sale they never see close. Pay a flat per qualified appointment or per signed job amount, and define qualified or canvasser set noise to hit the count. A split decided at handoff is a rule. Decided at close, it's a brawl. Here's where targeting changes the comp math. Most plans pay a higher rate on self-generated work because mining an old list is cheaper than a paid lead. But that only pays off if the doors are warm. Knock streets at random and your per-appointment bonus subsidizes brand new roofs and dead doors. RoofPredict scores which roofs are likely due, pairing an estimated roof age range with storm physics modeled per individual home. The comp plan doesn't change. The input quality does, and that flows to close rate and what you can pay per set. It does not inspect, diagnose, or decide coverage. Roof age is a range, not a date. Layer 5. Put the plan on a review cadence, because you will outgrow it again. Run a light check quarterly and a deep review every plan year. Judge it on outcomes, not total dollars paid. Are reps selling work you can build safely and profitably, or volume that thins margin? Is every branch on the same definitions? Are disputes trending up? Disputes are the smoke. Find the fire. And mind the classification line on managers. A sales manager who mostly sells may not meet the executive exemption, whatever the title says. And when you replace one plan with another, transitions are where companies get sued. Write the rules before you announce the change. We change the plan is not a defense for withholding a commission already earned under the old one. Close the loop. Compliance first. Name the earning event. Pay on margin, not revenue. Engineer the draws, gates, and splits. Then review on a schedule. That's the plan you can explain, calculate, audit, and revise. This is not legal advice. Get counsel and payroll involved first.